Hello, 大家好. In this video, I'm going to show you the way I study Chinese. Over the years of studying Chinese, I have realized that the most important thing is to pay attention to detail, to assimilate well the Chinese characters, the pīnyīn, and all the grammar. It is a good way to do, because when you review so much, step by step, in the future, you will appreciate the effort, because you overcome doubts one by one. Normally, students tend to understand more or less what they read or hear. But I'm quite concerned about not understanding all the things that happen at the moment. I prefer 1,000 times to understand a few things clearly than many things halfway. I feel comfortable understanding the interlocutor spontaneously and naturally. Because if you always go halfway, you never reach a level that gives you confidence. One of the exercises that I use the most is to take a piece of a movie or TV series, checking phrase by phrase what it means.
永远是个会逃避的胆小鬼而已。再说一遍，怎么了？你就是个胆小鬼！别吵了！闭嘴！再说一遍，你就是个胆小鬼！好了，小胖，行了。小胖，你搞错了。陆叶不是无缘无故跟别人打架的。明明就是陆叶做错了，为什么你们要一直护着他？事情的真相往往不在于表面。你想听吗
？1年前，到底发生了什么？
In my case, I understood many things, and many others I didn't. So I'm going to transcribe each and every one of the words. So my system will be look at all the sentences one by one and see what does it mean. So I choose the Chinese language to write, and I'm going to write everything it is said to distinguish what I know and what I don't know. Yong Yuan 是个会 I think this is 调皮 but no, it is not 调皮 maybe it's 调皮 yes, it's 调皮的胆小鬼而已。再说一遍 and so I write each word one by one, and I'm deciphering if I know how to write it or not. 再说一遍，再说一篇，一篇。一篇 is not with B, but with P. That would be number 7. Oh, by the way, I have here an incredible tool, which is to translate Chinese and also say it out loud. The only thing we should pay attention to and be careful is that the translations are not exact. You have to know that they are approximate always. Because sometimes the dictionary hits the perfect translation, but sometimes it's just a support rather than a certainly. Here, the level of each one comes into play, and based on this, it will facilitate more or less the translation of each student. But it is also a very good tool to improve in each study and translation. For example, in this sentence, you can see the words forever is individual can escape of coward, that's all. We don't speak like that naturally, and that's why we have to extrapolate individual meaning of the words from the global meaning of the sentence, and above all from the general context. You can really take every translation literally. So we have 再说一篇, say it again, as a challenge. You dare or not? The next dialogue is 再说一篇怎么了? By the way, you know you can write the text 再 and look for the number 2, 说 and it comes up right away, 一篇 independent one by one. But also you can write 再说一遍 all together as a whole sentence, because being recurring phrases, they appear easily right away. You can also write 再说一遍 only with the first letters of each word, checking that the correct words have appeared, of course. It is the most fun aspect of writing pinyin, that you can write a lot of text with few letters. 怎么了? What if I say it again? And then we select the sentence. You see? Here is not translating 怎么了? And here is the one of those moments when you have to be very attentive, because it is telling you, say it again, but it's not translating 怎么了? So it would be, so what if I say it again? 你就是个胆小鬼. You just are a coward. 你就是个. Actually, you can say 一个. Oops, the boy in the picture looks like suddenly got a kind of a bad mood or something strange. You can say 你就是一个胆小鬼. But the fact of mentioning 一个 puts you at a basic level of a new student. Instead, if you say 你就是个胆小鬼, the structure of the sentence indicates that your level is much closer to a native speaker, because it is very common to simplify grammatical structures, and if they can avoid some syllables, they will just do it like that, to economize words. It is precisely for this reason that many times when we listen to native dialogues, half of the information remains in the air, and we are not able to understand it, for the mere fact that abbreviate many words in a sentence. And of course, if you do the literal translation from your mother tongue to Chinese, 你是个胆小鬼, 就 is added to the text. You see? This 就 means, okay, here it appears at once, but of course it depends on the context. 就 is also a way to emphasize, like the just of the English. In fact, although 就 has several meanings, many times 就 could be an equivalent with just. So it is very easy to use 就. It doesn't have any particular meaning itself, but adds emphasis in the meaning the whole sentence. 小胖. It is very common in China to put the adjective 小, which it means small, in front of a proper name or an affectionate nickname. Just like to attribute familiarity, is a term that denotes closeness. 别吵了. That is to say, don't argue. And now say 闭嘴. That is, shut up. Well, it literally means shut the mouth. Shut up. P means close, and other meanings like to abstract, to shut, to stop up, to close, and so on. 嘴 is the mouth. In this class, I have brought this fragment of TV series because since studying is a bit boring, at least provide a hectic situation. 再说一遍.好了，小棒，醒了，走。好了，小棒，小棒，醒了。走. So it's telling to him, come on, Xiaopang, okay, it's okay, let's go, forget about it. Notice that 好了, 醒了, everything is more or less the same meaning. It means it's okay, it's done, let it go, because 好了 is good, and 醒了 is like okay, It's like saying, okay, it's done, let's go. So it's like saying, come on, it's like, just go, but it's like saying, come on. It's a friend telling you, just calm down, just let it go. And then they say, 去，冷静， come on, let's go out and calm down a little bit. And it's a very typical thing, what now in a minute I'm gonna tell you about. 去， just go outside. It's like going outside. Go out. 冷静 is like calm down. And what I wanted to say is that when you see a word repeated 2 times, it's like saying a lot. It's like giving a degree. For example, when you say 谢谢, it's like saying thank you so much. And then when you say 冷静, it's like saying calm down considerably. So it's like emphasizing the degree of something.
小胖，你搞错了。小胖，你搞错了。
小胖，你搞错了。小胖，你搞错了。He's trying to tell him that he's having a big mistake. You are misunderstanding something. You can see that is a finished action because there is the particle l in the end of the sentence. So that it means that the action is finished.
陆月不是无缘无故跟别人打架的。陆月不是无缘无故跟别人打架的。
And here appears a sentence which often happens to me, that there are some words in the middle which they have a meaning in itself, but in the context of this sentence, its meaning have nothing to do with the original meaning. And more probably is that is a name of a person or a place, but it's a proper name. But because you never saw it before, you think, what's that in the middle of the sentence? I mean, I don't understand. And in addition, you don't really know how to write it properly. So you get trying, for example, Lu. And so then I have the plan B, which is using this app, Plecco. So I draw exactly the character, and below you can choose the right one. And there are many options to choose. And then appears the pinyin and the meaning. So perfect. Now I know it is yue. Also, I have to write down the first one that I just forgot. So I write it, I draw it. So that's it. I got it. Is Lu Yue. So is the number 7. So this is a name person. Pretty often happens that you look for the word in the dictionary and it doesn't appear as it's a name. So you really get confused because you don't know what's happening. You see a word you don't understand, but you don't realize that maybe this is a part of a name. Because if I get Lu, at least here appears as a name. And Yue here also appears as a name. But also is a mountain, the highest hill of the mountain. And simply pay attention on that. When you see very strange words in between of the sentence, probably it will be a name here in the middle. So I keep writing the dialogues I see because like this I make sure I understand everything. Because you don't know it until you prove yourself. Just because many times you think you understood the sentence and you think, okay, I got it, everything. But sometimes just one character changed the whole meaning of the sentence. For example, this is the name, is not. These 2 words really don't know what it means. Who is fighting with other people. So I'm going to Plecco again and see what it really means. So I do the same again. I write the same character I'm looking for. I look for it below and I select it. I will give you in the description box the link of this Plecco app. Okay, so it's Yuan. 5元 So it appears in the 2 number. 5元无敌跟别人打架的 Okay. So even sometimes many of the names are not exactly what you're looking for the meaning. You can see in the end what it means the whole sentence. But it's clear that the meaning is Lu Yue is not invincible to deal with others.
明明就是卢远做错了，为什么你们要一直护着他？明明就是卢远做错了，为什么你们要一直护着他？
明明就是Lu Yue做错了，为什么你们要一直护着他？ He says it's obvious that was Lu Yue who misbehaved. This is his other friend who's very disappointed because he thinks Lu Yue had a bad behavior without any reason. I will leave the link of this movie here below, so you will understand everything on this episode. It's just in the beginning when you get all the answers of this situation. So, 明明就是陆月做错了，明明就是陆月做错了。And now I'm happy that I can write 陆月 as if it's something I really know, when before was a mysterious character. So now I know. It becomes a great happiness. You can read the whole characters on the text.
为什么你们要一直护着他？为什么你们要一直护着他？
为什么你们要一直护着他？ Why are you guys always protecting him? He simply doesn't understand the situation because he's lacking information. 为什么你们要一直护着他？ Why are you still protecting him? So here you can see that a verb followed by a 着 is a gerund.
事情的真相往往不在于表面。事情的真相往往不在于表面。
事情的真相往往不在于表面。 Literally would be, normally, the truth is not on the surface. 事情的真相往往不在 is number 4. You 表面 The truth is not on the surface. 往往 means often, normally, like 经常常常。
事情的真相往往不在于表面。你想听吗？事情的真相往往不在于表面。你想听吗？
你想听吗？ Word by word would be like, would you like to listen to it? But obviously means, would you like to know? 你想听吗？ Do you want to know? Would you like to know what happened?
1年前，到底发生了什么？1年前，到底发生了什么
？1年前到底发生了什么？ What happened a year ago? 1年前到底发生了什么？ The best part of Pinyin is that you only need to type few letters or a big amount of text. But some of them you need to be careful, because when you type Y, it will always appear Yo, I, Yao, Ye, Yu, Yong, I, because are the most common and used ones. It can Xiechulai. It can appear when you write. What really happened a year ago? And Tauti means in the end, when all is said and done, after all, to the end, to the last, finally. Tauti is a particle to emphasize that you want to know something in a deep way. When you say Tauti, it means that you really, really want to know. And now that everything is written, word by word, the whole dialogue, it's perfect because I've been practicing all the characters, all the pinyin, and all the translations. So now I have a deep understanding about every detail of the text. Not only I can read it, but also I can understand when I listen to it. So now I can watch the video again from the beginning, and now I see that I can understand every single word, every single detail.
队伍永远是个会逃避的胆小鬼而已。再说一遍，怎么了？你就是个胆小鬼！别吵了！闭嘴！再说一遍，你就是个胆小鬼！好了，小胖，小胖，你搞错了。陆远不是无缘无故跟别人打架的。明明就是陆远做错了，为什么你们要一直护着他？
事情的真相往往不在于表面。你想听吗？
1年前，到底发生了什么？